Paul in Woodinville, Washington. Hey, Paul, what's on your mind today?
Oh, Tom, rough morning for you, it sounds like.
I'm surviving.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I've reached a point in my life, Paul, where occasionally I just decide not to suffer fools gladly.
Yeah. Well, it's tough to listen to, I have to say. So I'll try to be serious here. Serious issue.
Yeah.
Even if Iran is, all of the things that previous callers have said, is not this the most reckless way to approach the situation? It certainly is unconstitutional. I'm curious to know why you don't believe that this is a violation of the Logan Act. It most clearly is.
Well, here's and Paul, your legal scholarship trumps mine every day of the week, so maybe you can convince me. I read the Logan Act, and it says that you can be prosecuted if you are not authorized to conduct foreign policy and you interact with a foreign head of state. I would submit that by virtue of being elected to the United States Senate, these guys were all authorized to participate in foreign policy.
I disagree. It says in the Constitution, Article 2, Section 2, that the Senate is to advise the president on treaties.
Right.
And they clearly believe this is a treaty because they said in the letter that if don't bother negotiating because a treaty must be ratified by the Senate, and we're not going to ratify it. So they believe in the treaty, or in the letter, that it's a treaty, and they sent the letter to someone they believe has influence in Iran.
Right, but so they're legislators, Paul. They're elected to have a say in foreign policy.
Yeah, but Tom, the original person, George Logan, was a legislator too. That's where the act came from. When Timothy Pickering was the Secretary of State who introduced this act, and it was. By the way, it's thought that what George Logan did in his negotiations with France was helpful. They thought so. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but it's out of place. There's no place for it, and so that's the way the act was. Why the act? Now, I know acts that were passed in the 1798 and 1799 under the Addison administration, some of like the sedition acts, were not necessarily things we had good use for.
Right,
but
and it hasn't been used since then.
Yeah, the Logan Act was just reamended in 1994, and in 2007, I know I'm running out of time, Steve King of Iowa wanted to indict Nancy Pelosi for traveling to Syria.
You're listening to Thom Hartmann.
Hang on just a second, Paul.
Visit ThomHartmann.com for audio and video archives.
Okay, I got to track that one down. Yeah, we're going to track down the audio of that. Paul, thank you very much. Appreciate the call. We'll be back.